Hi everyone, it's Keyless Entry. Today I have this Japanese lock, quite an interesting lock. This one is a Goal brand and it's the Model P. It's a 6-pin tumbler with some very nice bitting there. As you can see, a lot of up-down action there. I think this one is either a purple or maybe a blue belt, depending on the milling and counter milling in the plug. It's got some very nice pins, and overall a tricky but a fun pick. Yeah, it's very talkative. You can see it works perfectly. Very smooth. It's in this interesting format, sort of Japanese style format. I've got a few other locks like me that have got a similar setup with this sort of spring-loaded housing, or escutcheon, I think is the technical term. So I'll leave that bit off for the picking part. So you can see the keyway there. So I'll be using a 19 thousandths Law lockout buster and just working off that right ledge here, sort of like that. Alrighty, let's get into the vise and give it a pick. Okay, so let's go like that, shall we? Make sure it's nice and snug. Yep. Make sure it still works. Beautiful. All right. So 1.2 millimeter tensioner, top of the keyway, and I'll be going counterclockwise, and I'll be using quite light tension, sort of same tension as picking Lockwood spools. You can see here it's got these ball bearing detents on each side. I'll show you when I got it. So you can see you can actually spin it a little bit each direction, but it springs back with these little ball bearing detents, which is really cool. All right, let's get on with it. Okie dokie. I'll face that up a little bit. There we go. All right, so I know one is a max lift. Okay, so you saw like a spool action there. That's actually in the milling. So I've got to get out of that milling. So each pin sort of needs 2 sets of counter rotation, so to speak. And there you go, like that. All right, pin 2 is binding. That's one. Oh, I'll click into the second one. There we go, the second one. Okay, 3 is binding now. There we go. 3, 4. Oh, there we go. I think I've got 4 there. Okay, 5's a real low one. Okay, smashing into 6 down the back. 6 is binding. Let's get under it properly. Okay, I think I might have got 6 there. Let's go back to the front, because this thing loves dropping pins. Okay, 1. A little bit hard to get under one sometimes with this lock. Oh, got 2 there. 3, okay, 4 has fallen back down. Let's try to set 4 again. There we go. 5, 6 feels good for now. One feels good. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Oh, just nicked 5, and we have an open. So very fun and interactive pick. Very cool lock. All right, let's gut this little beast, shall we? Okay, so I'm gonna lock it back up because I do have a key. So, and we've got screws in the back here. Let's take this tail piece off. And there's a ball bearing in the back of there, possibly for drill protection, I'm not too sure, but it's got a ball bearing in the back, and I just lost one of my screws, which has fallen onto the floor. which I'll pick up later. All right, so key in. I'm not going to use a shim. Better. Better be safe than sorry. But there are these 2 ball bearings that are going to leap out. So I've got to be careful with that. Now, either side of the plug. So hopefully I can catch them. Oh, I think I managed it. There we go. So it does have construction holes, as you can see there, for construction keying. So I'm going to drop this ball bearing from this side, a little spring. Oh, the other ball bearing went flying into my lap somewhere. Here it is. There we go. Let's try and fly away. Tweezers. So yeah, these springs and ball bearings give that detent on either side of the plug. So they go in there and there. All right. So dump the key pins out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'll show you the plug in a second. Let's arrange these key pins a little bit nicely. So you've got these tapered tops and overset traps on the key pins. Very, very cool lock. I love this lock. I'll chuck these over here like that. There we go. All right, now for the drivers. So first one is this long spool with a very thin lip on it. Sort of like a modern Lockwood spool. Very thin lip. Same in 2. I think all the springs are the same, so I'll take them out at the end. Got a smaller one in 3. This one's a bit more of a mushroom shape. And if you've noticed, it does have a balanced stack. Shorter key pins and longer drivers and sort of thing. So, all right. 5. It's a little bit different, sort of like a T-pin sort of pin. And then we got another one of those beautiful spools on 6. All right. It's got these little delicate springs in there. You only need a little bit of tension to pick this lock. So nothing special about the housing. There's no mods in the Bible chambers. However, in the plug, it's got like overmilling plus countermilling. So these thin lip spools catch on there quite nicely. That's why I needed that sort of double counter rotation to clear the spool and then another little bit to clear that lip. All right, I'll bring all this up to the camera so you can see it in a little bit more detail. There we go. And there's a key. Zoom in a tad. There we go. All right, so just show you that plug again. You can see the sort of overmilling plus countermilling. My frame, there we go. So you can, I'm not sure if you can make that out, but it's very effective in picking. Yeah, it's very effective in catching those spools and makes it a little bit tricky but fun to pick. So let's have a look at these key pins. So we got all tapered key pins. This one just looks like a standard. Then we got these ones like this, almost like torpedo pins, but they've got a bit of an extra sort of section in the middle, all tapered, all different lengths, nice balanced stacks. And the only different one here is this little T-pin 1 in 5, which was a low lift. So that one just needed to be lifted a tiny bit. Alrighty, that's it for me. That was the Goal P. Take care.